Track Record with your hosts Mike Shea and Robert Yetter. Brought to you by Eventide Entertainment.
Good day, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Track Record. You are joined, as always, by your hosts, Robert Yetter and
Mike Shea.
There he is, the one and only.
Yeah.
So, some news in the Track Record world.
It's the news of the Track Record world.
We've got new formats for y'all. Just, a little insight into how we make the show. We typically choose a theme, right? And then we give each other albums that match that theme, and we pick them apart, or dote upon them. But to be honest with y'all, we're kind of running out of themes.
There's only so many in the world.
So we're going to, in order to bring you folks, this hearty entertainment that you've come to love and enjoy so thoroughly, and with, a deep-rooted sexual... Anyway, what was I? So today we're going to be talking about two albums that came out in January of this year, 2018, that we're going to recommend to you. We didn't give each other albums. We just, on our own, we picked two new releases, and we wrote a little bit about why we like them, and we're going to recommend them to you. And so that's going to kind of be one of our new formats for the show, and we're going to be doing some other kind of interesting stuff. So stay tuned for all of that. You'll be seeing all that as it rolls out in the coming weeks.
It's going to be a lot more fun, give the show a lot more longevity and versatility, and gives a chance to just explore things in a different way while still bringing you the same orgasmic goodness.
Yes, still creamy. Gary Busey still approves.
Yes, he does.
I like how I speak on behalf of Gary Busey now.
You are his official spokesman, whether he knows it or not.
Okay. Oh, that'd be sweet. Anywho, so Mike is going to talk to you fine peeps about an album that came out last month that he would like for you to listen to.
All right. So this is a band that I got into within the last year or so. They go by the name of Avatar. You've probably, if you're into metal, you've probably heard the name at least. They're a Swedish groove metal band, kind of melodic death metal band. They put out their seventh album last month called Avatar Country. It came out January 12, 2018, and was produced by Jay Rustin, who has also produced for the likes of Stone Sour, Anthrax, Steel Panther. So, first of all, lead vocalist Johannes Eckerström. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Sounds good.
I apologize, Swedish people. Robert approves. He continues to demonstrate this unique, fluctuating vocal style on this album that he's used throughout his tenure with the band. He transitions almost seamlessly between this kind of haunting, Ozzy Osbourne-esque melodic vocal style. He also has kind of a unique, almost old school rock style vocal, and he's also got a very intimidating scream/growl style that he's able to just blend together like a real professional. So I first got into them in 2016 when I saw them at a show in Toledo. They were the opening act for this crazy lineup. It was them with Killswitch Engage, Volbeat, and Avenged Sevenfold. Now, this is before Sevenfold had put out their surprise album, The Stage. They had been kind of MIA for a while, and they just put together this 4-band tour of 4 totally different musical acts. And Avatar was making waves in the United States, and they brought them on as the opening act. And they came out with this real sense of theatricality, incorporating almost circus-like elements into their costumes and their performance style. And what I found is that the band has done a really good job of melding that performance style into their songwriting, because this album, Avatar Country, takes a whole new approach to concept albums. They chose to open the album with this rendition of the Swedish royal anthem called Glory to Our King. The actual name of the Swedish royal anthem is Kungesangen or something like that. I'm not kidding. Like, I'm not making that up. That's actually what it looks like. It sounds like. But they called the track Glory to Our King, which really sets the mood right away for the album, because the album itself is written from a lyrical standpoint about like this grand mighty kingdom and the king of the land addressing his subjects. And unlike some bands out there like Ghost, Avatar has a gimmick, but they don't let the gimmick determine the music. It does guide it a little bit, but it's not the determining factor in the music they write. They still let the music come first. What I'm trying to say is Ghost is overrated and needs to just stop already. The album itself has elements of satire and parody in parts of it. Again, they're all about the theatricality, putting on a show. They're not afraid a little bit of humor seep in there. At one point, there's a track called "The King Speaks," which is a royal proclamation of the king unto his subjects, addressing the land, that the royal enema has been completed, and his royal majesty has been cured of his constipation. Meanwhile, the narrator is commenting on the king and commentating about the loveliness of the king's mustache and how its fullness is a sign of an early spring, as the people in the crowd cheer on and celebrate. Also, something that I thought was neat was that every song on the album incorporates the word king into the title. Glory to Our King, Legend of the King welcomes you to Avatar Country, King's Heart. I mean, they're all like that. Which I thought was just kind of a clever way of because as somebody who's terrible at naming and titling things, I thought it was clever. The album, as far as its structure, does become a little bit formulaic by the end, but the last two tracks, which are kind of a suite of each other, do away with that. So it's a little bit in the middle. It's a little formulaic, but it doesn't really detract from the actual listening experience of the album. The music itself is really well crafted. It's in line with Avatar's usual style of complex guitar melodies, very ominous, impending drum sounds, and each layer of the album is mixed expertly by Jay Rustin. He does a fantastic job on the production side of this album, and it's going to give any listener a really pleasant musical experience. Now, the album itself is only 43 minutes in length, which makes it kind of perfect for like a short road trip or coming home after a terrible, hard day of work or school and just needing something to throw the headphones on and just have that end-of-day single album, one-go binge, as some of us are accustomed to. It's perfect for that because it's not super long. You can listen to the whole album in one go and not lose the rest of your day. So Avatar, in conclusion, is a band that has been starting to make a lot of waves here in the States. And over the last couple years, I think they've really come through with a cemented uniqueness to their sound and style that has made me eternally curious to see what they're going to do next. I therefore give Avatar Country by the band Avatar 3 out of 4 purple stars. It was immensely entertaining and a lot of fun and well made. A little bit of repetitiveness in the getting towards the end, but it ends on a high note, and I thoroughly enjoyed the experience of listening to this album, and I honestly can't wait to binge through it again.
That sounds crazy, man.
Yeah. It's I'm not sure how up your alley it is. It is a little out there, and I know you're not the biggest fan of gimmick.
Yeah.
But I don't know if this would be considered. I think it's just the right amount of gimmick, but I mean that would be for you to decide. But I would say give it a shot, but I would not be shocked if you didn't like this.
Okay. All right. Avatar.
Yeah, man.
I don't know.
I'm honestly surprised there was not a band that already had that name. Like, good for them getting a hold of that band name.
Yeah, I'm not sure that I like the album title.
I'm not crazy about it. It's it makes more sense in the context of the album itself, because it actually comes from a line in one of the songs.
Okay.
It's also not something like they have a self-titled album that came out a few years ago, but all the rest of their albums have names like Thoughts of No Tomorrow, Schlocked, Black Waltz, Hail the Apocalypse, Feathers and Flesh. So, but in terms of it just being based off a lyric from a song, I'm okay with it. It's not my favorite title, but
yeah,
you know,
all right.
I wasn't a fan of the title "A Rogue One, a Star Wars Story," but the movie was still awesome. So,
what's wrong with that title?
Rogue One, a Star Wars Story. Could have just called it Star Wars Rogue One, a Star Wars story. Anyway, yeah. As somebody who can't name shit, anything worth a shit, I'm not going to give them a whole lot of crap. So. I do like the artwork. I like the artwork of the guy in like the circus suit, like beholding the statue of a king. I think the lighting is really cool, and I think it looks pretty neat.
Cool beans.
But,
Avatar.
Yeah. But yeah,
Avatar
man.
Country. 3 out of 4.
3 out of 4, man.
All right.
That little bit of a lull in the middle kind of took away from it a bit, but it was still a really good album.
Very good. All right. With that, let's find out what your amazing hosts are drinking tonight.
Oh yeah.
Strongbow Cherry Blossom. I did it.
I'm being kind of lame tonight because we're recording this on Sunday. I just got home from the Super Bowl and I drank quite a bit at my uncle's, so I'm just killing it with some iced tea right now.
There you go.
I pre-gamed more than I should have.
It's all good.
So yeah.
Better be sweet tea though.
Of course. I save unsweet tea for when I'm feeling British.
Right. Unsweet tea is hot.
All right. Yeah, exactly. Hot tea is unsweet. Cold tea is sweet.
That's right.
But yeah, so those are my thoughts. If you guys like the album, let us know what you think. Follow us on Twitter at Track Record EE. Track Record and the letter E twice. That is the official Twitter of this show. Let us know what you thought of Avatar Country. And then you can also let us know what you thought of the album that Robert is a fan of from last month, which we will get to in just a moment. But first, we are going to take a very quick break. And when we come back, Robert's got an album he wants to gush about. So stay tuned.
Goosh.
There's a reason they call them lazy Sundays. There's nothing better than sitting around and enjoying the comforts of a good book. But what book should that be? Well, every Sunday, Eventide brings you The Bookseller, hosted by Jessica Gillen. Each week, Jessica breaks down a different book and tells you everything you need to know before cracking it open and getting lost in a whole new world. Tune in every Sunday for The Bookseller with Jessica Gillen, brought to you by Eventide Entertainment.
You know, there's nothing quite as satisfying as a good conversation with intelligent company.
Join comedian Don Smith every week as he sits down and talks with comedians, actors, filmmakers, writers, and everyday schmoes. It's The Life with Don Smith, Wednesdays at noon on 106.9 FM, and now available on the Eventide Entertainment podcast feed every Friday on Spreaker, YouTube, and iTunes.
2, 1.5, 1.
Vaginas.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Track Record.
Gotcha.
We're back. I just got done spreading the love for Avatar Country by Avatar, which came out last month. Now it's Robert's turn to stroke the ego of an album from January that he was particularly fond of.
That was a good sentence.
Thank you so much. Robert, see, I have no idea what this is that what you listen to at all, so I'm very curious. So let me have it, man. Let me have it. Let the people at home have it.
All right, I'm gonna give it to you real strong. All right, so I've got an album called, now this, let me try it, Ossuarium Silhouettes Unhallowed by the band Hooded Menace. Hooded Menace has been around since 2007. They are from Finland. So we've got kind of some Viking brethren in this episode.
Fuck yeah.
Now, just to clear the air on the album title, an ossuarium is a crypt or a place where the bones of the dead are stored. And so I love this album title because the tone of the record is instantly on display. It's a long, dark, and complex title. We're dealing with darkness, unholiness, shadows, death, and a complexity of emotion on this record. And the music perfectly reflects that imagery conjured at the very beginning with the album title. This album was released late last month on January 26th under Season of Mist. And I just wanted to say a little bit about Season of Mist because it's quickly becoming one of my favorite labels. A lot of their stuff is harder to find, like pretty much only available on Bandcamp. We talked about that with Archspire last month. But they have just a stunning lineup of great metal bands. If you go look at their Bandcamp or their website, it's just the list goes on, and you could literally just throw a dart and you'd find some good music. So go check out Season of Mist; they're pretty good. I think Hooded Menace is really at the forefront of what is the death doom genre. They blend the two aesthetics so perfectly on this record. You know, you've got the haunting melodic doom and the brutal explosive death, and it really is a wonder to listen to. I have been searching for a sound like this, and I happened upon it. It perfectly scratches my itch for that mixture of death and doom. It's, you know, when you have something in your head, you're like, man, I wish I could find something that sounds like what I picture in my head, and this was exactly what I was looking for. It's crazy.
I know the feeling.
Now, what I like most about this record is just how fresh it sounds. You know, death and doom go way back, but this sounds like almost like they're ushering in a new era of metal. The melodies are super engaging. The screams are heavenly, as odd a description as that may be, considering how hellish and guttural they are. The tracks are interesting. They vary a lot in length. You know, one track is 10 minutes, one's 7, one's 4, one's 3. And it really gives this 6-song record, not including the bonus track, a really dynamic feel. And it's really, it becomes very listenable. You can listen to it from start to finish. It flows in such a way that it's just, you just are engaged in it so much. And I think part of that has to do with, you know, how varied those track lengths are. And the production is above top notch. Now, as I said, death and doom are not new genres, and there's plenty of examples of fantastic death and doom records, but this just sounds like the beginning of something new. You know, 2018, I think, is going to be a year where metal, you know, is upped a notch, you know. The production on this record is so clean, and part of that is, you know, goes into how it's in my theory of this new era of metal. Like, you think back of like old Behemoth records or something like that, and just like kind of you think of like a really dirty metal sound, you know, just like this, you know, distorted guitar that will vibrate your face. But this has that element, but it's just so cleanly produced. It just, I don't know, every part and every piece shines, and it's a joy to listen to. My favorite tracks are In Eerie Deliverance and another one called Charnel Reflections. I really like their all the words that they use. I'm a lover of words and interesting words and combinations of words. I like what they do. The album title's a little hard to say, but it conjures a nice image. So I think I'm going to give this 4 out of 4. It was hands down the best of January as far as metal goes. And I had a lot of fun listening to it. I can't wait to play it over and over again. You know, I bought it on Bandcamp the other day so I could get the bonus track. So there you go. Everybody go listen to that. And please check out Season of Mist. You know, I'm not a spokesperson or whatever for them. You know, we run our own label.
Just
but
a fan.
Like I don't know how they manage all those bands, but
yeah, we've talked about one of their bands on here before, which is Septic Flesh.
Oh yeah, Septic Flesh is with them, and Archspire is with them.
Archspire is with them. Also, some of the American bands who are with them, you've probably heard of Dying Fetus. Eluvite is with them. Fintroll is with them, and Within Temptation at one point was with them. Their first single, EP, and first album were released through Season of Mist. So Season of Mist,
yeah,
they know what they're doing.
It's a nice hub for metal. You know, back in the day, you had, what was it, Victory, and
yeah, Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
They're also the parent company for a lot of smaller labels, like Napalm is probably one of their bigger ones. Napalm Records. Also, what else is on here? Spine Farm is on here. Prophecy Productions is on here. I mean, they work with fucking everybody. Mm-hmm. They're kind of the unsung heroes of goth and death metal.
Yeah, they're
for the world, not just the U.S. I mean, the world. They do most of their stuff is based out of Europe,
right?
But they've got a nice big.
Well, I mean, that's where the best metal comes from, anyway.
Oh, easily. There's a reason why half the guys in Camelot are from Europe. So
yes. So there you have it. A couple new releases. Be looking for this type of show every month. At the beginning of the month, we're gonna kind of do like a best of the previous month. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. Yeah. We get to, show the people some new stuff.
Yeah, it's a great chance to keep you guys up to date on what's new. So not everything we do is always old, because we do a lot of old music on here.
Yeah.
It lets us stretch our themes out a bit more, so that we're not blowing through those all at once and then wondering what the fuck to do next. And it gives us a nice chance to really have at least one show out of the month where we're being genuinely positive, because it's something that we each are personally fans of.
Right.
The show is not designed to be a show where we shit on everything. It just seems to happen quite a bit. When you're playing with another person's musical taste, it's like, playing with a loaded gun.
Yeah.
So that being said, next week is going to be fun.
Yes, it is.
Oh,
I can't wait.
Next week, we're not even going to tell you guys what next week's going to be. We're going to surprise you with each week this month, so you get an idea for what the new kind of show format's going to be. But you really want to listen to next week's show. Next week's is, oh man, I'm getting aroused just thinking about it.
Yeah. Gary Busey just pricked up his ears.
Yeah, I think he's going to be hanging out with us next week, maybe.
That's right.
Yeah, especially if you were into music in the early 2000s, you really want to tune in next week. It's gonna be, oof. We're gonna make some waves next week.
That's right.
So if you guys have not already followed us on Twitter, I'm gonna plug the shit out of this Twitter. Go to follow us on Twitter at Track Record EE and tell us your thoughts on these two albums that we covered today. Tell us what you liked, what you didn't like. If there's something that you really want us to talk about in a future episode, let us know. That's another reason why we've changed the format, is to give you guys, let you guys have a little bit of say in how we do things. So if there's an album that you're like, man, I wish they'd review this. I wish one of them at least would review this. Tell us. Hashtag Gary Busey loves potato salad every time.
He does.
That is our hashtag. If you don't put that hashtag in there, we won't consider it.
Yeah.
Just saying.
We won't even see it.
No. It makes it really easy for us to find on Twitter. If you put hashtag Gary Busey loves potato salad, that's a really easy hashtag to sift through. We know they're for us at that point.
Can't wait for Gary Busey to find us.
Oh, man. That crazy motherfucker is going to hunt us down.
I hope so.
Him and Randy Quaid.
If I hear at my door one day.
I hear you've been talking about me. I heard you guys been talking about me. Talking about my love for potato salad.
I got to make sure I stock potato salad now. Just in case that day happens.
Comes chasing you down. Quick, Robert, throw the potato salad. And suddenly he becomes distracted and disoriented. This is good potato salad. Hey, you know what? I do love potato salad.
Him and his teeth.
He has the biggest teeth.
Shit.
Oh, man.
All right.
I think we've had our fun for today.
Yeah.
I think we have a show there, Robert.
Oh, man.
Drink, motherfucker, drink.
Okay.
All right. Also, make sure you check out the Twitter. That is where the official rules for the Track Record drinking game are posted.
Ooh, yeah.
So, because we haven't given up on that. It's still a thing. So that'll be on the Twitter as well. So, again, follow us. Make sure you go to www.eventideent.com. Check out all the other great shows we have for you this week. And with that, we're gonna go ahead and call it a night, guys. Call it a day.
Guten Tag.
Whenever the fuck you're listening to this. Good morning. What?
Guten Tag. Good day.
Is it good day? I thought it was good morning.
Tag just means day.
Man, my motherfucking German teacher lied
You know
to
what?
me. Shit.
Morning is Morgen. Guten Morgen.
Guten Morgen?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't know. I took a lot of Spanish. I'm German, heritage-wise, but I know nothing of it. So
That's a lot of cheese and bread.
I'm more in tune with my Irish heritage than my German heritage.
Nah. Everyone's in
Either
tune
way, I
with
get
their
to
Irish
drink a lot.
heritage, even if they aren't Irish.
Amen. Well, next month everyone's Irish. So.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
All right, man.
Oh man. All
It's been
righty.
a pleasure.
It's always fun. We're gonna get the fuck out of here, and make sure you guys are listening to these shows all the way to the end, because you never know, might be a little something left over for you. Just saying.
They trail on a little bit towards the end sometimes, but
It's worth it. We promise.
There's a little surprise, a little nugget at the end.
Little surprise.
Just a little funny thing, you know.
All right.
Goodbye.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll see you next week.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, bye.
Bye-bye. Gotta go.
Bye.
Gotta go.
Okay, bye.
Gushing? That's just squirting.
Oh.